Well, we had a feeling that the games out west in LA wouldn't really go the way we'd hoped they would. But 16-3? Again, I apologize to you guys for the extremely late upload. Again, I told you a couple videos ago that these videos might be uploaded the next day because of work being, I work at 7 a.m., ending up at 5, and staying up till 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning to record a video. You guys kind of get the gist of that. So here we are. We're gonna be like this tomorrow as well, guys. Tonight's ball game will be uploaded tomorrow. Hopefully earlier than this, though. But let's talk about this 16-3 loss. Pitching wasn't very good. I mean, I think that's given when you give up 16 runs. You know, and the problem was today that Sean Reid-Foley lost the strike zone and just lost himself. And we've noticed that with some of these young pitchers. We've seen it with Trent Thornton quite a bit. You saw it a lot with Aaron Sanchez when he was here, this season especially. With Sean Reid-Foley, when he loses his spot, when he loses his, feel for it, he loses it altogether. Because you go in that inning where they blew it open. The Jays actually had a 2-0 lead because Bo Bichette leads off the ball game with a solo shot off of Clayton Kershaw. What? Yeah, you're damn tootin'. What a ball game for Bo Bichette and Vladdy Guerrero Jr. We'll talk about them in a little bit here, though. And with Sean Reid-Foley, he walked Max Muncy, and I didn't like that. I mean, he gave up a home run to cut it to 2-1, and then he walked Max Muncy. Now, it was strike 3, if you look at the box. The box they have on the TV. But umpire called it a ball. And from that moment onwards, Sean Reid-Foley just lost it. He walked a guy, he was throwing meatballs, he just wasn't really doing a good job. Danny Jansen had to be sharp behind the plate because he was diving all over the place to grab pass balls and balls in the dirt and everything. He was having a tough time. And when Sean Reid-Foley, like I said, when he's not throwing strikes or quality strikes, it's not very good. He went an inning and 2/3, got 5 runs, all 5 were earned on 5 hits, 2 walks, and just really not a good outing for Sean Reid-Foley there. Buddy Boshiers actually started the ball game as the opener, went a clean inning, walked a guy, but that was it. Let's get to positives, because Justin Schaefer wasn't great, Neil Ramirez wasn't good, Meza had a clean inning, Derek Law had 2/3 of a good inning, and then flipping Richard Urania came in to pitch. The guy just got called up from AAA, and he went in and gave up 4 hits and 4 runs. I mean, as you expect when a player comes in, he gets rocked. But let's get to the more positive things. Can we talk about Bo Bichette hitting 2 home runs off of Clayton Kershaw? People are going to say, well, Kershaw wasn't on his A game. It's Clayton Kershaw on the mound. Don't care if he doesn't have his A game. Sean Reid-Foley didn't have his A game today. Or last night. But he got rocked. And so Bo Bichette hitting 2 home runs off of Clayton Kershaw baffled me. And the second one, look, if any of you guys out there play baseball or watch baseball enough to know the sound of when the ball hits the bat and you know that sound, you go back and watch Bo Bichette's second home run. Listen to the first one and listen to the second one. The second one just sounds so juicy. He got it right off the barrel. I mean, it was a shot. And he enjoyed it a little bit. Kind of turned around a little bit and then dropped his bat and ran to first. But what an incredible Bo Bichette. Look, he continues to impress us like crazy. The future is on display for the Blue Jays, at least offensively. You're seeing Bo Bichette go 2 for 4 with 2 home runs and scored 2 runs, obviously, with Clayton Kershaw on the mound. He's hitting .341 on the year with a .388 on base percentage. He's got 7 home runs. He's done an incredible job since being recalled from AAA Buffalo. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., we didn't even know if he was going to play in this game, let alone start, let alone, go 2 for 2 and walk twice. Again, Clayton Kershaw threw 6 innings, so at least 2 of those at-bats, maybe 3, were against Kershaw. Vladdy, I understand, people have mixed feelings because of the hype. But my goodness, he's been playing some great baseball. .278 batting average, a .351 on base, and he does not get out in his first game at Dodger Stadium. These young kids were not fazed. Some of them were, Sean Reid-Foley. However, you put the 2 prime guys in Blue Jay uniforms, Bo Bichette and Vladimir Guerrero Jr., on the big stage at Dodger Stadium, jam-packed. And Bo goes 2 for 4, hits 2 home runs off of Kershaw, and Vladdy goes 2 for 2 with 2 walks, does not get out. Obviously, he gets out. I think he got out getting caught. Look, the Jays had some good hits off of Kershaw, too. A couple were liners right at guys, and that's just the way it happens sometimes. You know, any other good offensive performances? Not really. Derek Fisher had a home run. He was 1 for 3, and I got to say, Derek Fisher's pop. Yeah, maybe his average isn't great, but the pop that guy has, whoo, baby. We've talked about it with Teoscar Hernandez, guys. You know, yes, he might not have the greatest batting average, but you can't teach power, you can't teach speed. That's what Derek Fisher has. So, you learn the rest. And hopefully with the playing time he's going to be getting in Toronto, hopefully things are going to be getting better. Brandon Drury went 1 for 4. He was actually in the 2 spot in the game today, or last night. He's hitting .230. I mean, everyone wants to chirp Brandon Drury, whatnot. The guy's hitting .230. You know, if you're going to chirp anybody, chirp Justin Smoke. He's hitting .211 or .212 or something like that. You know, .213, excuse me. He's not playing well. However, with the Blue Jays losing 16-3, I didn't expect any positives. But watching Bo Bichette crunch 2 home runs and watch Vladdy not get out from home plate, it's incredible to watch. And we'll get to incredible to watch in a second because Nate Pearson's coming up and Yennsy Diaz are coming up. And we'll talk about them in a little bit here, but exciting things down there. All right, so Game 2 of the 3-game series against the Los Angeles Dodgers at Dodger Stadium is tonight. 10-10 first pitch once again. Wilmer Font looks like he's going to be getting the open in the game against Walker Buehler. Another great pitcher. Clayton Kershaw what was his record going into the ball game there yesterday? Well, with the win, he's 13-2, and Walker Buehler's 10-3. Bottom line, 2 front-of-the-line starters, 2 of the best starters in the game, and the young guys just like thrown right into the fire. By the way, we continue to forget the Jays do not have Lourdes Gurriel Jr. They've not had him for quite a while now. I mean, at least it feels like quite a while. And to see these guys continue to progress and continue to get better, it's so awesome to see. All right? Now, like I said, speaking of so awesome to see, well, maybe not so much in the first bit because the Bluefield Blue Jays, we're going to start bottom and go up. The Bluefield Blue Jays lost 10-0, and there was really nothing positive out of that, so we're not even going to talk about it. Down in Vancouver, a rough day in the office for Alek Manoah. He had an awful first inning, but it was great for the rest of the remaining 3 innings he threw. He went 4 innings, he went 5 hits, 3 runs, walked 1, and struck out 5. You see the strikeout stuffs there. He had 5 strikeouts in 4 innings. However, gave up 3 runs over 5 innings, ERA of 3.46 for Alek Manoah. Again, you don't really look too much into this season for Manoah. It's more or less just trying to get him into the groove of things. Next year is what the numbers you really want to look at. All right, and offensively, there wasn't much. Robertson, what was his name? What was his first name? Will Robertson, he was the 4th-round pick of the Blue Jays this year. He's only hitting .237 down there in Vancouver, but he was 1 for 3 with an RBI and a walk in yesterday's ball game, even though they lost 4-2 to the Tri-City Devils. Dust Devils, excuse me. All right, and down in Lansing, they played last night as well, and where are we here? Any good news? Yorman Rodriguez, the guy's incredible. He went 2 for 4 in the ballgame. He's hitting .386. Gabriel Moreno went 1 for 4. Otto Lopez 0 for 5 in the ballgame. But you know what? You don't see that too often from the young kid, Otto Lopez. And that's about it down there for Lansing. And then you go to the Dunedin Blue Jays, and where are they? Anything positive out of this? A lot of one-fers. I mean, you know, Reggie Pruitt went 1 for 4, Nick Podkul 1 for 3, Demir Lamoy 1 for 4, Ryan Noda 1 for 3. But again, nothing really that stands out too much. And Ryan Tepera started the ball game. He went 1 inning, of course, but he went 1 inning, walked the batter, and got a strikeout. So it seems like Ryan Tepera might actually pitch this year. And Clay Buchholz as well. I've seen those 2 guys down in the minor leagues. So I don't know what's going to happen with those guys when they come up here. I don't know if anybody's going to get sent down or how that's all going to work, but that's just the case going on down there. And here comes the fun stuff. New Hampshire, they won 7-2 yesterday, all right? And on the mound was Yennsy Diaz, who was incredible. He went 7 innings, he went 7 hits, 2 runs, walked 1, and struck out 2. His ERA dropped 7 points. It's 3.93 for the young right-hander. Again, good to see some positive progression from the young kid, and I'm liking what we're seeing. Cullen Large, we talked about him in the last video. The DH, well, he was the DH in this game today. Yesterday, went 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs and a run scored. The guy's hitting .311. Now it's in like 11 or 12 games, so it's not a lot. But He's swinging the bat very well since being recalled from Dunedin, so that's great to see down there for him. And Chad Spanberger, I don't know where this guy's found his bat, but he's swinging a red-hot bat. He went 2 for 4 with a run scored in the game yesterday, hitting .235 on the season. Again, a guy that I could see starting the year in Double-A next season, and then as the season progresses, get the call to Triple-A once guys get traded or once guys get called up or whatever the case may be. But lots of positives down there for the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. Great to see. And let's go to the main event. And the moment you guys have probably been keeping an eye on all yesterday, as I was. Nate Pearson made his AAA debut with the Buffalo Bisons. And he was nothing but spectacular. He went 7 innings, gave up 3 hits, didn't walk a batter, only struck out 3, which was kind of iffy, but he only struck out 3 guys, only allowed 3 hits, did not allow a run, went 7 shutout innings. And how many pitches did he throw? 88 pitches in 7 innings. That is damn good. In the big leagues, middle of the season, 88 pitches in the 7th, you're going out there for the 8th. Nate Pearson's incredible. I mean, I love the way they've done him this year. With the whole, he only pitched like 20-something innings last season. But he obviously had the line drive off I think it was the elbow, or the arm at least. And he didn't play much at all last year. He played 21 innings to start the season, and that was it. So they started going slow this year. They go 1 innings, 2 innings for quite a bit of the season. Then they start to build him up a little bit more, and then they put him, bang, AAA, the highest level you're probably going to go this year, Nate. And here's 7 innings. And he goes shutout. You know what I gotta say about this kid, Nate Pearson? He's ready for the big leagues. The reason I'm saying after 1 AAA start is the fact that and it reminds me of Vladdy. Now, maybe not to the extent of Vladdy, but every level he has gone through, he has dominated. Like we talked about, he pitched 21 innings last year at Dunedin, advanced A-ball. He pitched there this season, made it look silly. After only pitching 21 innings last year. Went to Double-A, that's pretty easy too. Had an ERA of sub-3. And then they give him the call to AAA. Once again, only pitched 21 innings last year. Hasn't pitched a lot total innings-wise this year. And he goes 7 shutout in his first outing against the best offense in that league. I guess the Rochester Red Wings have the best offense. And he shut them down. Nate Pearson's MLB ready. They're not going to rush him. I don't blame them. I'd like to see him dominate AAA this year. And then at the end of the season, great things have happened, obviously. He'll go into next year looking to make his spot at a camp. If he doesn't, just because it's a numbers game, he'll start the year in AAA, dominate, and then like Ryan Brockie, be a quick call up to the big leagues. That's what I see happening with Nate Pearson. Now, will it happen? I don't know. But he was just stellar. And then, unfortunately, he doesn't get a victory because Ty Tice, who's been the best reliever in Buffalo, has a rough outing. We gave up 1 hit, but he walked 3 and gave up 4 earned runs. And that 1-0 lead, they lost 4-1 to the Rochester Red Wings. All right, offensively, Forrest Wall, great to see him and Santiago Espinal. Again, guys, this is why we keep an eye on the minor leagues. You guys have been around, if you guys have been around since the talking last year trade deadline, acquiring Forrest Wall in the Sungwon O trade, Spanberger in the Sungwon O trade, Santiago Espinal in the Steve Pearce deal. And look where Santiago Espinal started. Dunedin, advanced A. Spanberger, advanced A. Forrest Wall, Double-A. Now, Forrest Wall's now in AAA. Espinal's past advanced A, Double-A. Now he's in AAA. And Spanberger went from advanced A. He's now in Double-A. The young players that we have acquired over time are slowly starting to progress. Now, will Forrest Wall and Espinal be anything for the Blue Jays? I don't know. I can't say. But what I do love to see is progression, and that's what we're seeing. Espinal had a rough night, though, was 0 for 3 yesterday, but Forrest Wall had a great ball game, like we talked about, 2 for 4. Jonathan Davis, 1 for 3. By the way, I forgot to mention, in the start prior to Nate Pearson's beauty, there was a better pitching outing. TJ Zook threw a no-hitter for the Buffalo Bisons. So is he MLB ready? Well, I think he's getting pretty close, don't you think? And Jonathan Davis, because the reason I remembered it is because I saw his name here. made a ridiculous catch with 1 out to preserve the no-no, and he got it done. TJ Zook. Let's go through some names here real quick, people, before I wrap this thing up. TJ Zook, Nate Pearson, Eric Perdino, Alec Manoah. Kendall Williams has been stellar for the Gulf Coast League, an ERA of 1.1. He's been stupidly good. Other than giving up a 1 run in his first inning in the Gulf Coast League, he's been stellar. And I know there's lots of other guys that I forget to mention. My boy Josh Winkowski. Will he be anything? I don't know. Will Yenzi Diaz be anything? I don't know. The Blue Jays have a ton of great-looking pitching prospects. Now, will they continue to get better? And will they be not just prospects anymore? Will they be that next step? We're going to have to wait and see. But the pool that the Jays have right now is awesome. There's also other guys like Joey Murray and Zach Lowe, 22, 23-year-old guys in New Hampshire right now, pitching really well. What are you going to see from them? I don't know. And oh yeah, do we forget about Waguespack, Sean Reid-Foley, Trent Thornton, the guys actually at the big league level right now? It's incredible. They're going to continue to add pitching depth. They're going to go into next year's draft and probably draft the pitcher again, which I'm totally fine with. But I don't know what's going to happen next season. And it's exciting. All right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video and you guys enjoyed talking about the minor leagues in the future other than talking about a 16-3 loss, smack that like button to appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Whoops, smack the camera. Hit that like button if you guys enjoyed this one. Excuse me, guys. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below everything about this team. You can talk TJ Zook. You can talk Nate Pearson. You can talk Bo Bichette. You can talk Vladdy. You can talk about anybody else. Oh yeah, forgot to throw an Adam Kloffenstein into that mix as amazing pitchers for the Blue Jays. He's been stellar for Vancouver. The guy's a teenager still. Loving it. Loving it. All right, I think I'm good. All right, guys, if there's any other great-looking young pitchers that I missed, please let me know in the comments below because I want to hear your guys' opinions on that. The team, the Bo Bichette, the Vladimir Guerrero Jr., everything about this Toronto Blue Jays team. And guys, check out my main man Mo Buckets on Twitter, Blue Jays Wave on Instagram. Please go check him out. Great guy. They post awesome content to their Instagram page. They have a podcast that I've been on quite a few times. The link is in their bio for their Instagram page, Blue Jays Wave. So if you have not checked it out, please go do so. Twitter is down below for myself, guys. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff, and I will talk to you guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll talk to you tomorrow, probably early afternoon. All right. As the Blue Jays play the Dodgers tonight, 10-10 first pitch at Dodger Stadium. Wilmer Font on the mound for the Blue Jays getting the open, and Walker Buehler on the mound for the Dodgers in Game 2 of the 3-game set at Dodger Stadium. All right. So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Talk to you guys then.